It's hard to write a song about him. There's not much praise to sing. He's not exactly a visionary. He rarely says a thing. He won't endorse the protesters. He won't defund the cops. He's not exactly radical. He voted for rock. But if you had to choose between a teleprompted speech and a man who was willing to choke and beat back peaceful protesters outside a church for the sake of a photo op during which he held the Bible upside down, I'll take free, albeit prepared speech. If you're still an undecided voter in October, it's nice to have an open mind, but the case is finally closing. It's time to send the incumbent to a much-deserved retirement. I know he's not all that inspiring, but please, for fuck's sake, vote for Biden. He's the candidate we need, maybe not the one we want. He says he's got some bold ideas. He was thinking of the font. He doesn't have the plague. Yeah, he's not millions deep in debt, alright? He's not a slut for Russia or a national security threat. So if you had to choose between a guy who sniffs kids' hair and a man who's had multiple sexual assault and harassment allegations while paying hush money to a porn star who he may also have assaulted while he was running for office, it really isn't fair. So if you're still an undecided voter in October, this year has been a wild ride, but it's high time we got sober. Democracy is under threat, but we can still revive it. So if your mama raised you right, then please, for fuck's sake, vote for Biden. If there is supposedly a silent great majority of secret GOP devotees, I think Trump could afford to speak a little bit unsociably of violent white supremacy. I want a guy who doesn't need to satisfy that constituency. So if you had to choose between a guy who's kind of tired and a guy who knowingly downplayed a deadly pandemic so he could look real tough and manly, fostering mockery of easy precautions, directly causing the death of thousands because keeping his head dark and sandy benefits hoarders on Wall Street, let's all tell Don he's fired. So if you're still an undecided voter in October, we've given Cheeto Man a chance, but his orange reign is over. Under Donnie dead bags, thousands have been dying. So if you feel you are pro-life, then please, for fuck's sake, vote for Biden. He's much more law-abiding. So please, for